Despite losing many malls to redevelopment and politics, Pennsylvania remains to be a goldmine of shopping malls, many of which still retain their old charm and character. Today, we'll be visiting the Chambersburg Mall, a dead mall doing what it can to survive. Located near Chambersburg in Scotland, Pennsylvania, Chambersburg Mall opened in 1982 under the developers Crown American, the same developer that brought us the better-than-ever Schuylkill Mall. Original anchors at the mall were Hess's, GB, and Carmike Cinemas, as well as an Early's in 1985 and then a Sears in 1991. Although things seemed promising for Chambersburg Mall, the mall would be plagued with problems through its life. GB couldn't stay alive and was taken over by Value City in 1992, which lasted all the way into 2008, which is now operated by Burlington Coat Factory to this day. As time went on, JCPenney would take over Hess's as they left the mall, and would remain all the way into 2015. Sears, meanwhile, would close in 2014, and is currently being operated with a Black Rose Antiques and Collectibles, which we'll get a closer look at later. Early's, which was quickly merged and rebranded into Bon-Ton, would be the last traditional department store to remain at the mall until its untimely death in 2018. After undergoing many ownership changes and being stuck with Namdar Realty today, the mall is still open as of the recording of this video. Many vacancies blanket the mall, but Chambersburg Mall still proceeds today, despite facing nearby competition and a violently shifting retail market. This mall's best hope of survival would be to transition to public services and recreational activities, or offices, storage, or even light industry. Whatever the case may be, a new purpose needs to be found for this sick mall, and it needs to be found fast. So, on with my personal thoughts and feelings about the mall. And before I go into detail about the mall itself, we're going to go take a look inside Black Rose for a moment. I have seen a few YouTubers go into antique malls like these, and usually you can find some surprise goodies in here. So when I saw one of these stores in person, I just couldn't resist this time and had to see what I could find. Hey, here's my toy car. See anything you guys like in this antique mall? Share your interests in the comments below. Here's one thing that caught my eye in the antique mall. This little tin of Shell, which was referred to as a car care kit. It's basically a tin of motor oil, but still, thought it was pretty cool. And then this next stall, which had a bunch of snow equipment. Maybe it's because it snowed immediately before this trip, but the snow sleds and shovels caught my eye. This next thing really got my attention. A couple boxes of vinyl records. I haven't got a record player, but still, I kind of find interest in some of the cover art, like this Miami Vice cover. And to finish off, this one stall, which was full of what appeared to be Civil War era stuff. I know it's a bit of a political hotbed to discuss the Civil War, but again, I'm just here to look. And that was Black Rose Antiques, guys. If you're ever around one of these yourself, go on in, take a look. You never know what you might find in there. Now to the mall itself. And I do have to admit, it is a nice looking mall. Not quite as elegant or grand as Schuylkill Mall, but still an overall appealing mall to the eyes. Now, one weird thing I have noticed about this mall is that it still has some mainstay stores, like American Eagle. American Eagle usually bails from dead malls like this one, so it's a surprise to see it among Bath & Body Works and Victoria's Secret. I have a bad feeling it might not last much longer, though. One thing I will say is that it had snowed recently, like a day or two before I got out to this mall. It's kind of self-explanatory because of the beginning of the video, but I bring it up because I am wondering if it contributed to any of these stores being closed. Example, AMC, despite having all of its signage up, was closed and dark inside. I figured I'd do a bathroom clip. This one just seemed pretty rough. Those push-button faucets are supposed to stay on for a few seconds, but they just shut off instantly. See what I mean with AMC? It looks like they're just closed for the day. If they were closing, we'd have heard an announcement about it and they'd be taking everything down and out. But I've double checked the website and they are still open. So it might have been due to the weather. You may also have noticed that despite the low occupancy and lack of shoppers, management has still decorated for Christmas. No real sign of Santa when I was there, but still, the thought of decorating for the holiday season is what counts. Beyond that impressive setup in the center court, they also have this giant tree up between the center and Burlington. If I had to decide on what the most lively part of the mall was, it would be the center court. With the jewelry stores, movie theater, Black Rose, and a handful of shops and phone stores clustered around it, it gives off some semblance of a proper shopping mall. But the mall as a whole is a textbook dead mall. Business, for the most part, is just scattered all around the mall, with some stores close by the former J.C. Penney. As we head toward Burlington, you'll notice that there is a gym to our left. Seems like an independent gym as opposed to Gold's or Planet Fitness, but still, a gym is better than nothing at all. Gives people a reason to go to the mall. And if you need to work off the calories from Auntie Anne's, then a short walk down the mall and into the gym is for you. Burlington originally used to be Hess's, but the way the entrance is set up makes me think about Kmart. I don't know if Hess's was anything like Kmart back in the day, but it has a very similar layout in that you actually have to go into the mall in order to get into the store itself. Realistically, the best solution for the mall would be to shuffle all the tenants in between Burlington and the center court, move Black Rose into the former Bonton, and do a mall-ectomy beyond the center court going toward JCPenney. But if there was any solution that included keeping the entire mall standing, then the owners would need to get creative. Retail is still on the decline, and the chances of it returning to the 80s prosperity is just very unlikely, if not impossible. You need to look toward providing a proper experience to bring people back, and that experience has to keep them coming back. Unlike some YouTubers out there doing this thing, I don't want to see these buildings fail any more than they already have. I want to see them survive and eventually thrive. As we make our way back, there's one store off camera that particularly caught my eye, and that was Extreme Themes. I didn't go in, but the Hot Topic-esque ripoff kind of caught my eye, and I thought it was kind of humorous. Do they cater to the gothic lifestyle, or do they chase after gentrified trends? And of course, one final glimpse at the center court, and a quick shot at Bonton, which as we all know is now Bon Gone. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up, get a pretzel, and do some shopping at Bath & Body Works before we head out. If you like this video, why not subscribe? Share it if you believe others will find this mall interesting. If you didn't like the video, then tell me what you didn't like, and I'll see if I can fix it up. Now, for those of you wanting to support me in more than just viewership and subscriptions, I have unfortunately voluntarily terminated my Patreon account. I won't go into any detail on why I did this for the sake of the channel, but as of now, my traveling out to these malls is now 100% a passion project on my own money. And you know what? For now, that's fine by me. Do stick around for more malls. After this video, I will finally reveal my thoughts and feelings on Pittsburgh Mills for our Christmas special. And after that, I am pleased to announce that Century 3 Mall is after that in the pipes for the new year. And 2019, I have plans to visit yet even more malls. Maybe cover some individual retail stores, maybe even cover some gems that I missed in North Carolina. Almost 4.5 minutes to walk from Burlington Coat Factory to this entrance. Well, till next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Doomie Grunt, wishing you and the Chambersburg Mall farewell.